It's loading.
Sometimes gone on vacation without going by box. This time the state's being important. Something to the fire. I mentioned in the European election, but this vote by proxy is even more important because this election will impact my country. That's why it is yesterday. Because this vote could radically change parliament. The all-right national rally is expected to become France's biggest party. That has pushed many to take the time to register. There's some
Sorry, guys.
local police station, and the ID card, there's a number of putting documents online and have put any validated at the police station to take the document. In some cases, online because everything is 1 million people have registered for vote by proxy so far. 6 times more than in past election. Now to the latest from Ukraine, where 3 people have been killed after a Russian strike on residential buildings in Kharkiv. Almost 40 were also wounded, more than 40, as Russia steps up its renewed hostilities. Yeah, this time using a guided bomb attack, according to Ukrainian officials, which also damaged shops and public transport. The use of these long-range weapons has been confirmed by Russian media and can be fired from the ground as well as planes, meaning it's almost impossible to anticipate.
Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. So please let me share my screen first and let's see. So I was explaining that when we create a role, we created a role called paradigm. If we list, we are going to see paradigm. This is it, and inside this paradigm, we have a lot of file of report directories inside. So what we have to do is, remember we created a playbook, and the playbook was, this is my playbook test. This is my playbook that we created, test playbook. So if I cut, you are going to see this is a playbook. This is the playbook that we created. So what do I have to do? What I have to do is I want to remove tags and send it to the tags directory, which is inside the row that I want to send it, because now I want to run this playbook now as role, not directly as playbook. So that's what I want to do. So for me to do that, what do I have to do? I have to vim back into let me check again the name of my playbook. The name of my playbook is this test this. So I have to vim into it. Let me vim into it so that I'll be able to go and copy. So what I have to do is I have to do the I have to copy this. Then so I have to delete this, because remember I need to copy it and send it to the tags directory that is found in the role. Please, if this is something, last time I've been doing the same thing, the network was really disturbing. So if you have any question, you can ask if you're not getting anything as we proceed. So I'll remove this. Yes, I can, remove this and allow only this, my Ansible hosts all become true. Yes. So now, but before then, instead of going and coming back here, I can do one thing. I can just add something called roles. I can just add a role. Role. Then I give the name of that role. What is the name of the role?
Paradigm.
Paradigm. Okay. So I save, exit. So now what I have to do after creating the role, now I copied something. That thing I copied, I have to go and paste it inside inside this paradigm. Remember I told you that inside this paradigm, let me list again. If I list paradigm, you see that inside I have tax. Can you see tax? Tax, right? So if I normally inside this tax, there is something called let me just cd into tax so that I show you. Inside this tax, there is something. Hey, okay. It's okay, I get it. Inside this tax, there is something they call main.yaml. All of them, they have main.yaml file. So I've copied something. I want to go and paste it inside that main.yaml file. So what I do is I want to vim, let me see, paradigm. Inside paradigm, there is tax. Yes, sorry. Tax. Inside this tax, there is main.yaml. So when I vim it, this is how it appears. So I have to paste that. I have to paste the file that I copied. So let me paste. I'm sure that I still have it. Oh, sorry, I don't have it. Let me go to my notes and copy. So in this case, I have to copy this. Just that, and I bring it. So I have name. So now this is my tax. So one thing I have to do is I have my tax here already, and it's just the Ansible playbook which we wrote. Remember, nothing has changed here. And I have source, which is index.html. So I'll see come back. Let me save for now. I'll see come back to this file. Let me go and do something. So after this, what next do I have to do? I have to copy. Remember that inside this paradigm, let me do this again. Inside this paradigm, there is tax, and I've already copied part of my playbook and sent it to tax, which was tax. I've sent it to tax. I also have files. This is files. So what I have to do is I have to copy my file. No, I don't sleep. They are informatic. You are sleeping already. So I have to copy my file. What was the file that I had? Let me list so that we see the file I had. The file I had was what? Index.html. So I have to copy this index.html file because it is on the home, Ubuntu home. I have to copy it and send it to what? Files. So that's the next thing I want to do. So I just need to use what? My command move, which is mv index.html. What destination do I want to send it there? So I want to send it to the destination. So I want to copy it and send it as under files. And this files is fine on inside what? Paradigm. Paradigm. And the name of the directory that is found there is what? Files. I'm copying this index.html and I'm sending it to paradigm files. That is, you send it under paradigm files. So if I list, now I have, let me go to paradigm. Now let me cd paradigm. Let me say tree. I want to see something. Okay, I have not installed tree command. You would have showed us. So now let me do what? Let me cd into files. Now, if I list, now let me see that index.html. Please, can you see it? Please let me know if you are following. Can you see the index.html?
Yes, can see it.
Yes, this index.html now is under files. So let me cd back and go to home. So what next do we have to do? The next thing we have to do is that we have to go back inside that tax and correct the destination, because we have changed the destination of the file from home to files. So we have to also edit and change it. So we have to vim. Let me just use my up arrow key so that we can vim back that particular destination. I think Go back, vim paradigm tags.yaml. This is it, right? So let's go and edit the destination. So the source is not more index.html. The source now is what? Files. This is the source, files, and that files is in that files, use the text which is called index.html. So I've saved it. Let's clear our screen. So this time now, what we have to do is we have to run this Ansible playbook now. We have to run again, and this time around, it's going to pick the rule because we have assigned under it as rule. So let's give the command Ansible hyphen playbook hyphen my inventory is what? Project, and my playbook was what? What is
Paradigm.
playbook?
What are you? Was it the rule? No, the rule
I
I
think it was
forgot.
test. Was test right? Are we not sure? Let's check if that we are not sure.
That spelling of that playbook.
Yes, this is it. The YAML. Okay. So in that case, Ansible, the I informatic hyphen I project dot ini. Our playbook is test playbook.yaml. Enter. Role is not valid attribute for play. The error appears in the room which is test playbook.yaml. That's what in the
Anti-Semitism has been at the heart of political
maybe
debate
this wrong.
Israel.
Okay, let's see. I have ansible.sh. Oh, sorry. I have paradigm, I have project, I have test.yaml. Okay, let's view into this test.yaml and see.
The Republic is in danger. Chanting at Paris City Hall, hundreds gathered to condemn anti-Semitism after the rape of a Jewish girl in a suburb of the capital. Organized by Group Together We Will Survive, demonstrators responded to Saturday's crime after 3 teenage boys were given preliminary charges of rape and of religiously motivated violence. It's for our children. We have to think about our families. That's the priority.
I was just trying to correct the spelling to the right spelling. Telling us. Let's dig into it and see. Post all become triple paradigm.
Anti-Semitism is a barometer of a country's democratic health. And right
Yes.
now it says something about French society.
Yes, okay. Let's view our. Let's go back. Let's view Let's view back that tax paradigm tax dot tax bin dot YAML. This is a file that we're working with. So now let me correct this. Let me remove this. Name install Apache build present files. Okay, let's save and see. Save now and see.
Gears up for the Olympics. One medical center frequented by migrants says that it's going to be closing its doors for the summer. The facility says it wants to protect its patients.
Playbook.yaml. Project ini test -playbook.yaml.
Describing why this is pending operation over the summer. It will mean the existing today to remain open under the conditions presented to us by the authorities and the government.
Being the Ubuntu test.
The medical center is located in the Paris suburb of San Denis. The working class, mainly immigrant neighborhood, is due to feature prominently in upcoming Olympics. Ahead of the games, NGO staff say they witnessed an increased police presence. Now, with the looming pause in their operations, they fear patients with chronic illnesses will end up neglecting it.
Let me check again.
Each year, around 4,000 mainly undocumented migrants visit this medical center, and they too are worried about the uptake in inspections as the start of the game approach.
Surely we came here to have a better life, to be able to provide for our family. If you come here and you haven't yet had this better life, then it's hard.
Okay, so I've corrected the issue. The problem was that in that particular test playbook, where I wrote row, I was supposed to write rows. I needed to add S. So when I allow just row like that, that's where the error message is coming from. So you can see that it has successfully run. So what happened here is we have successfully deployed the same application which we're deploying directly with the playbook. This time around, we have used role, or we have converted our playbook into role. And if you look at it here, you see change 0. Change 0. You said, okay, 3, change 0. Can somebody tell us, can somebody have an idea why the change is 0? Any idea, guys?
So what?
I'm asking, do we have any idea? I mean, our role has successfully run successfully, but now the question is, at the end of the day, we have change 0. And I'm asking, do you have any idea why the change here is 0? Because anytime we run, normally when we run Ansible, it always gives us this result. And if it was doing 3 tasks, 4 tasks, it will give us like 2, 3, but here it says 0. I'm asking if do we have an idea why it's showing so? Why here the result is 0, though the tasks are successfully executed, but it's showing us 0. Okay, I don't know why we are silent. The reason why it's showing
No.
0 is because nothing has changed, because before running this rule, we had already run the playbook directly and it executed already and deployed our HTML file to our website, right? So if we go back there to the web server, you are going to see that we successfully, let me see, where is it? This is it. We successfully deployed this. So when we convert this playbook again into row and we run, it is still running the same thing. So it cannot execute, it will just tell us that change 0 because Ansible is idle importance. And that means that Ansible is smart enough to understand that the task we are executing has already been executed. So there is nothing new added to this previous thing. This code has not changed. That's why Ansible is telling us that change 0, nothing has been added. Because Ansible realized that even before we are executing the rule, Ansible had already used playbook to do what? To execute the same thing. So there is nothing that has changed. Unless that maybe I change the file again and I modify, that's when Ansible now can tell us, show us the result here. Please, I don't know if the explanation we understand now.
Yes, but
If you don't understand, let me know, please. I'll explain.
yes, you can repeat it because the only thing I've noted is that Ansible is idempotent.
Yes.
Yes, it's
So
the
what we are doing, what gives us the result? This is the command that gives us this result. Ansible playbook -i project.ini test playbook.yaml. This is this command we are using to run the playbook, but now this playbook is not running directly. It is running the playbook as role, because in our YAML file, which is test.playbook, look at it. Let me.
Yes, sir.
Let me cut this again so that you understand. You still see what is inside. What is inside this? The only thing that is inside this playbook is what? Host or become true and rows. We don't have any code inside our playbook. Like initially, we would have written a very long playbook, but look at this playbook. It's having just hosts that it is touch. We want to work on all the hosts, and it should become true, meaning that it should use elevated privilege and rows. Mean that we want to, it should execute rows, and the name of the row is called paradigm. So what we are doing here, Ansible did not change anything because before we executed this rule, we had already created a playbook and ran, and it created us, it deployed us a web server, which we saw it online on the web. So that's why after we still use the rule to do the same tasks, Ansible realized that that was already done. That's why Ansible said change 0. Nothing has been changed from the previous thing that we were doing.
There's nothing new.
Yes, and that's what makes Ansible idle importance. So I hope it's clear now.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, now next, let's do another thing. So, but now in some cases, when you are given tasks in your organization, your company, it might be a very big voluminous task. For example, when it's asked to install Kubernetes, maybe, and in that installation of Kubernetes, the one that Noe should install, maybe dedicate some particular servers, maybe like Ubuntu servers. Noe should also dedicate some particular, maybe Red Hat servers, maybe some AWS, Linux, and different, maybe Debian. It will become a very challenging task, and where it will be difficult for you to tell me that you just write a playbook that will solve that problem. That's where rule comes in. So in that case, we can also go and use rules, existing rules that are existing in Ansible documentation. These are rules that other people have created, so we can go there and use those kind of rules. So let's see, for example, now let's go. Let me go to Ansible documentation. Let me open. Let's see. And the Ansible documentation that deals with rules is what called Ansible Galaxy. Last time I think I showed you the Ansible Galaxy website. This is Ansible Galaxy. So open Ansible Galaxy, and when we open it, we're going to see so Ansible Galaxy is still loading. All right. Okay. So last time we did mention about this, and Mr. Magdon was going fast, talking about collections, rules. Yes, of course, we are going to work on rules, and we are also going to work on collections. But for now, let's focus on rules. So if I want to work on a particular project, I want to use a particular rule. And what happened is that rule, I don't want to, it's difficult for me to write it. I can just come here to this rule and search for rule. Maybe the rule I want to search is I want to install Docker. If I click on Docker, for example, it will show me, it's going to show me different rules that are available. Okay, before then, let me come here. Let me search. No, this is collections. I don't want that. One rule. So this is, I've come to Ansible Galaxy, and I'm able to see various, these are rules that people have created. No, these are rules that other people have created, you understand? That has already have the installation of Docker and everything. So you just need to maybe follow it. And you see this one, I say updated 2 hours ago. So if it's somebody that you know already, because look, if I click here, if I click on this person who has shared this rule, it say install. This is the command which we are going to test, of course, to see how it goes. And it also have documentation. If you want to read more about his documentation about this Ansible rule Docker, you see requirement, you see role variables, you see all the information about this rule that this man has given. And if you come here, version, it will show you the version. You see no versions. It means that it can go with all kind of versions, import logs. So you have all this information. And it also have the GitHub repository. GitHub repository is where this role, he has pushed this role to the GitHub repository. If you want to see the GitHub repository, you can equally go there. So for now, we want to install, remember here is install, right? So what we do is want to install Docker on our Ansible. So I want to copy this. I just come and copy this role, you understand? And go back to my terminal. When I am in my terminal, I have nothing but just to paste it. Ansible Galaxy role install this and that. Enter. So it's going to install Docker. If I read it and I felt that this role is good and that or it meets my requirement, I run it. If I list, for example, I'm going to have it, okay, it's not showing here. So there is, these rows are hidden somewhere in the .ansible. So I see .ansible ls. So if I ls, you are going to see, that that role is there. Galaxy token rows. Okay, let me see the rows. So ls, yes. Now this is the name of this is the role that we have downloaded. 30 something. This is 1.123 Docker. Can we see it?
Yes.
So this is
Yes,
the
you
role.
can see.
Yes, this is the role we have downloaded. So we have created a Docker. We have created Docker role. This. So now, if we want to run this role, because for now we cannot. We have downloaded it. We have installed it. Does not mean that it is already running in our node. What simply means is that we have downloaded it on our Ansible manager, on our Ansible controller. So we want to install this particular role to all our instances. Imagine you're having 10, 50, 20 instances, and they ask you, Mr. Magdon, could you install Docker on those 50 instances? Mr. Magdon will say, okay, sure, no problem. Mr. Magdon, or they'll say that, okay, install Ansible Docker on app servers. Since you already know how to group your inventory, I showed you last time on how you can group IP address into inventories. Like, I classify IP address into various servers that they are there. In that case, what you have to do, you need to go and look for a role on Docker. And if the role is very okay, what you now need to do is you have to go to that role. You have to edit we're going to edit our playbook, and where we have roles, right? We're going to edit that role and put by this name, because this time around we want to run now by this rule. Can you see?
Yes.
So we want to run by this new rule. So in that case, I can just go back. Let me go back to my Vim. Or in that case, I can create a different playbook so that it will not cause us confusion. This one was test playbook.yaml. So I can create another one. Let me say DevOps playbook.yaml. DevOps playbook.yaml. So I hit enter. Hey, look at me. I did not Vim, and I'm just writing and going on. Okay, so I want to Vim this. So let me write. I have to do what? I have to put my host all become true. So this, yes, can just type this. It's not difficult. So I have this. What next? What do I have to put, Mr. Magdon? Rows. What is the role? What is the name of the role?
Paradigm.
No, the name of the role is not paradigm. The name of the role
Is
is the
it
role
test?
which we downloaded.
Oh, you are talking about the one we downloaded.
Yes, this is the name of the role.
Mhm.
I already show you on my controller node how it should. So let me just paste it here. This is the name of the role. So I save and exit. So I've created a new playbook called DevOps playbook, and I've modified there, put the rule there. So what do I have to do? Let's run it. Let's execute this Ansible playbook. Ansible playbook -I. My inventory was what? Project.ini. Now, what is my playbook is what? DevOps, right?
Yes, sir.
Playbook
Playbook.yaml.
YAML, I enter. So this is going to install. Now I'm using this rule to do what? Install Docker. And you see Docker is installing. Docker is installing. So, Docker is it's heavy. So it might taking some seconds to do. So you see that the time of me writing a playbook that will be very long, complicated, I use rule. And I'll be able to do the same thing. So it's creating and doing a lot of things in the background. So now can we see? Let's read the result, the final result. Now here it says that what? Okay, 23, change 8, unreachable 0. So you see it's fail nothing. So you see that everything is up, everything is okay. Change 8 means that in that Docker, there were a lot of things prerequisite that it was installing and doing. So have we installed Docker? Yes, we have installed Docker. So how can we know that we have installed Docker? Let's go and check. Now let's go to node 1. Let's go to node 1 and check. Docker -- version. Can we see? Can we see Docker?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Docker version
So Docker is
26.
installed. But did I come here to install it? No, I didn't. So if I run, for now, I've not yet enabled the Docker group, so I need to use sudo docker ps. If I say docker ps, you see Docker ID image. So I can run this node 1, I can run my containers, do anything that I want to do. Because maybe they asked me in my company that, hey, Noel, can you deploy Docker, install Docker for these servers for maybe Docker expert to work on? He said, sure, you are going to work, you just have to work on the manager to do those installation. So imagine that if I had the 1,000 servers, how many minutes did this Ansible execute to run, that playbook executed to run on all? It did not take us long, right? Imagine that
Yes,
if
sir.
you 500 or 1,000 servers, in that few minutes, you must have already installed Docker in those 1,000 computers. Imagine if you were going one after the other to go and install Docker. Will it be easy?
No, sir.
It will not be easy. So that is how we can be able to use existing roles to install applications. We can equally enhance those codes that we've downloaded, maybe add some other functionalities there, configure it just like maybe the Docker, when we were coming to execute it, we needed to use sudo so that we can allow it to use the group permissions and so on. But at least this is the elementary that we can start from there. So if you have any question, so far, let me know. If there's something that you need to know before, that will be important for us to talk again on. I know that it's going to look, I know that it's not easy. Yes, anything when you are taking, it's not just going to be just easy, but
It
when
means
you
that I don't know how to say it. Ansible, we use Ansible will connect maybe this thing instances from AWS, but Ansible to see act like AWS. And in relation to Docker and Kubernetes, if you can install, even though we call here roles.
yes.
Yes, but I don't know. Yes, we call here roles. It means that Ansible and AWS sometimes they play the same role. In the case of maybe because you can use Docker through, when it comes to containerization, you can use Docker through AWS, install it and use it. And Kubernetes, it seems we can do the same with Ansible. So
to install, you mean which we can use Ansible to
install, yes, to install Kubernetes and Docker.
Yes, Ansible is a configuration management tool. It means anything that has to do with configuration. You want to configure your server, any server, you can use Ansible for that. So it doesn't matter if it is AWS, if it is Microsoft Azure or whatever, it's able to configure it. And that's where when we work on collections, it will make more sense because in collections, we're going to see different models from AWS, from Azure and others, but we'll be focusing on AWS. We're going to install some additional AWS functionality that will permit us to use Ansible to create some resources on our AWS and to configure them. So those are some few things which we are going to do, maybe inclusive as project. So now this is how we have seen how we can download a role from Ansible Galaxy. But now, one question, what if Mr. Magdon has written a role, right? Now, for example, remember we converted our playbook into a role. Do we remember? So we already created our role, and that role was called what? Let me list. The name of that role was called something. What was the name of it? cd.ansible. The name of, okay, cd roles. No, this one is the one we downloaded. Let me just list. We created a role called paradigm. Is that true? We are the one who created this role called paradigm. What if Mr. Magdon create this role called paradigm and Mr. Magdon wants to share this role so that others too can download it, just like we went to Ansible Galaxy, right? We went to Ansible Galaxy and we were able to download the role there. An existing role there, maybe that somebody had already created. So I just went there to go and import it and use it. This is a role that somebody created and I just went and took it. What if Mr. Magdon wants to also publish his own roles? He creates his own role like paradigm and he wants to publish those roles to that Ansible Galaxy such that any other person who is searching for something like that can just go and download. I don't know if, can you hear me? I hope we are getting you.
I'm getting you, but we're not understanding. So,
Yeah, so I'm saying that, remember that we came to the Ansible Galaxy website and we downloaded a role there to install Docker, right?
yes.
What if you also want to share your own roles too on the Ansible Galaxy so that other people too can download and use, just like you also came and downloaded the role of somebody? That's what I was saying. And I was saying that here we already have a role that we created. And what is the role that we created? Paradigm. This role paradigm, we are the one who created it because we converted our playbook into paradigm role. And in this paradigm, we had tags inside. That tags define what we were doing and which was to do what? To run an Apache something. Can we remember? So we are the one who have created this paradigm role. So what if you want to share it so that any other person too can access it? So that's what I'm saying. So there are prerequisites that we have to follow if we want to also create our roles and share those roles on the Ansible Galaxy. The first prerequisite is that on the Ansible Galaxy, ensure that you do have an account. So each and everyone should make sure that they have account on Ansible Galaxy. Open Ansible Galaxy. When you open there, you see login. I already have an account, so I'll just log in with my credentials. But for you, you have to provide, this is my name, my account here. So, but as for you, when you go there, I think they will ask you either your GitHub information. So you log in. When you log into it, at least you are inside the Ansible Galaxy. So if I come to role namespace, let me say role namespace. These are role namespaces. And let me see. Okay, role namespaces. I don't yet have things which I've imported here yet. So, but you have to do what? Try to log in, create Ansible Galaxy, go there, log into it so that you'll be able to, because that's the first thing that we need. You need to have that Ansible Galaxy. And secondly, you also need to have what? GitHub. And I'm sure that all of you have GitHub account. You also have to have GitHub account. Because if you go to the role that we imported, you discover something there. The person that we imported the role, I don't know if I'll see it again. I'll close it. Yes. If you come here, you see that this person has, if I open this person, you see that there's GitHub repository. If I click on this GitHub repository, it will automatically takes me to his GitHub, the GitHub repository. And in this GitHub repository, I'm going to see, look at it, defaults. If I want to read what is in the default, I'll read this. Handlers. You see how we're talking about Ansible rules. We split those things. Handlers. Then we have meta. Meta is just having descriptive information about his code, what the code is doing. So if I want to open metas, I go to main.yaml. So let's just look at it. So you see, Galaxy info, role name, Docker, author. Who is the name of the author? This is the name of the author. Description, Docker for Linux, Fox from. So it gives you all the detailed information about this code. Company, this is the name of the company. License, this version, platform. This is very important because in your company, when you deploy a role, they have to know who have deployed this role. What is the person's company? What was the person doing with it? What version of this? All that is what falls under that metadata. Meta or metadata. So these are the metadata that will help any other person to understand what this code is doing, who has done it. Because if you just deploy a role like that, it will not help. So yeah, I wanted to get all the information. I get it there. Now I have tags. Okay, let me open the tags. Remember, in our own row, we just had the tags. We did not have meta and so on because we're just testing, right? So we have Docker compose.yaml. So in these tags, we have Docker compose, we have Docker user, we have main.yaml. So let me open main.yaml. So in the main.yaml, you can see name, load this include var, these loops, look up this. So here is having kind of conditioners. It's having some kind of conditioners and variables, which we are also going to look at it. See variables, param is kind of parameters, files. You see, this is where the files are. So it's using variables to call those files. Any files that end with .yaml, so it's calling them. Path, vars. So name, ensure group Docker exists. So you see, Docker name, state present. If you change this present to absent, it means you want to uninstall Docker. If you change this status to restart, it means you want to always restart it. Name, set Docker user. So you see, it gives all the command to install Docker. So you see, these are the role under the tags. So that is the role that we downloaded. But when we downloaded it, we just saw by the name. We do not know that in that role, there were a lot of things like this, right? So these are all the things that are found in that role that we downloaded. And all these things are found on GitHub. That's why you need, if you want to export your own roles to Ansible Galaxy, you need a GitHub account. Because what you need to do is you have to first of all push your role to GitHub, and from GitHub now, you are going to import it to Ansible Galaxy. So that's it. That is a prerequisite you need. One, you need GitHub account. One, you need to log in into your Ansible Galaxy. Two, you need a GitHub account. And three, you have to import that role to Ansible, to your GitHub. And from the GitHub now, you have to import it back to Ansible Galaxy. So those are the prerequisites that you need to do if you want to import your own listing. So let me see. Hey, what's happening, Mr. Magdon?
Yeah, Mr. Lewis.
I'm seeing only you and Yvette. Yvette, are you there?
Maybe.
Yes,
I don't know.
Where are the
Don't know where
others?
they have. I don't know. They have promoted his network.
Oh, even Neris can.
Very
Neris.
complained now that she was watching me with the phone.
Oh, sorry, that's bad. That's bad.
I need to
So,
revisit those accounts that somebody created.
so please let me know if there is a question or something I need to explain.
Yes, we have given the 3 steps now to for us to create a role. So I create one should be able to log into Ansible Galaxy, Git GitHub account, we need it. GitHub account, we need that one.
Yeah. Yes.
The other, yes.
Because
I don't know.
you need to push your role. If that like paradigm, I have to push that role paradigm to I have to push that role call paradigm to my GitHub. And when it's now in my GitHub, I will now import it from that GitHub to Ansible Galaxy, because Ansible Galaxy is connected directly to your GitHub. Because you cannot join Ansible Galaxy if you don't have a GitHub account. Because GitHub account is mostly for professionals. So they have to be sure you have an existing GitHub account. You're an engineer. You are not just connecting to Galaxy to go and mix up, send code there. That does not make sense. So that when you send any code, somebody can go and visit your GitHub repository and know who you are and know what kind of projects you are doing. Try to understand. So it's very, very important. Yes. So if you guys had those
Yes,
things,
we are talking about let me come. We are talking about this thing of importing rules like in the Ansible Galaxy.
yes.
We have seen code, pre-written code. I think we learned something about the pre-written code that people have written it. I don't know. Ansible does not have anything that they don't sift out the code, or people just write it anyhow, or it's people that work with them, for example, or it is their own that the Ansible committee or community
Okay.
they have written.
So let me share back my screen. Let me go back and show.
And the one that you were explaining, depending on the company.
So in this Ansible, right?
Yes.
There are roles that are community-based roles. There are individual roles, and there are Ansible community roles. So you just
Yeah.
have to just select, go through and read the ones that are more of, let's say, community. Let me Ansible. Let me go to, I think, let me see. Let's go to collections. Let me come to collections. So let me see. Okay. You see the ones that are directly by Ansible community and the ones that are by individuals. So it all depends. Just that Ansible is an open source. Open source means that people can contribute to it. And when people check the code and they are good up and running, they are able to use. See, this seems to be Ansible. If you look at it, it's by Ansible. So you can look at rules that are directly by Ansible communities and the one that are individual based, that individuals are the one. We also have Ansible documentation somewhere down here. Let me scroll down. Where you can also search some rules directly from Ansible. So let me click on that. Airbag, tax inter this installation. So we can use Ansible documentation. You see, it will show us some various things which we can compile to do something, but it's not really like pure combine like in rows. So you can go to Ansible Galaxy itself and search for roles, the ones that are company based. So but the thing is that in a company, you don't just copy anything and run. It will always examine any code that we use. We have to examine it, see what it's doing, try to check the security, vulnerability, test it first in the demo in your dev environment, because you always have the dev environment before you have the prod environment, which is meant for production. So you cannot test something in the production. You must first of all test it in the dev to be sure that it's okay. I hope it's clear, Mr. Magdon.
Yes.
Yvette,
Yes, sir.
are you sleeping?
There
No,
is something I don't know. I don't know. That's my own challenge. Like you were explaining about rules switching from one day. I always have challenge. It takes me time to do things. Maybe after that, I don't know how I can do the summary. I don't know whether Ibed is having that challenge, like you were explaining and switching. Sometimes I find it for me to grab is difficult. But sometimes when you take it maybe from here to this stage, from this stage to this stage, maybe one can easily grab it. That's how it is. I know that it's not easy, but I'm talking about that rule like that because I will mix up everything. I'm talking about the command launching it, even though I know that there are many things that you have done it. That one is, like the quotes that you have written. I don't know whether you wrote it during this class or was after or how. Was when somebody is seeing that is challenging. It's good I
Which
want to
one?
know so that one will be working with.
Yes, ask just be like specific case, scenario based or specific case so I understand it. I can explain it and let you know what is happening.
Yes, my face is just my face thing that I was saying is that yes, like we taught playbook and inventory.
Yes.
There were steps that we follow. Maybe I would just say that maybe after each class, maybe when we are doing like the conclusion, you should take the various steps. Maybe this is how they work this play. Maybe we are working with let me say playbook, like what we do with role. The first thing this is what you do. The second thing this is what you do. This thing what you do. The third thing, I don't know. Maybe it might not go. That's the first thing that I'm thinking. So that will facilitate. But thank God that the video is there. But with that summary like that, maybe somebody can take 3 minutes and understand the various stages that are involved, depending on what we have, the task that we have.
So what we are doing is we are trying to write our Ansible rules. We want to create Ansible rules. And to create Ansible rule, we have to use the command Ansible-Galaxy role init name of the role, which you already have that. Now, after you use that, hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh, maybe Mr. Madon is having a network challenge. Yvette, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I'm getting.
That network like that is there. That network started again.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, can you hear me now, Mr. Magdon?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Lewis.
So I'm saying that what we did by creating a role, and you already have a command to create a role. And when we create that role, I said that in that role, we have different directories that are found inside that role. We just create it, but it comes by default with many things like variables, meta, defaults, files, tags, etc. So we had a playbook. So the next thing after we created the role was to do what? For us to go and copy our playbook and copy the part inside our playbook and distribute it in our role. And the first part which we copied from our playbook was tax, because our playbook basically had the one tax. So we had to copy that tax. So we vim into that our playbook that contained our Ansible playbook, we vim into it and we copied the part, we deleted that tax part and went and pasted it in Ansible role, which we created. And where did we paste it inside that role? It was inside the tax directory, inside Ansible role, and inside the file called main.yaml. So after that, we went back to that Ansible playbook and added one step. After we have host, we have become true. After become true, we have what? Rows. After rows, we have what? The name of the rows. What is the name of the row? And why do we say rows? Because Ansible we can have multiple rows. So we have one row which we created, maybe paradigm. We go and add that name paradigm there. And the next thing which we also did is that what? We also copied our file, which was index.html, from the home location. If I list, if I list ls, you no more see index.html, but for you, if you are paste your own there, you list, you are going to see index.html. But why am I not seeing it here? Because I copy it from my Ubuntu home and I send it to files, and that files is found inside what? Paradigm. I send it there. So since I send my index.html inside paradigm files, I have to go back to my Ansible tags. In that tags, I have src, which is source. The source will not more be index.html because I've removed it from the home and I've sent it inside file. So I have to go back to that tags and edit the source and put what? Files / index.html because it is found inside files. That's the only thing we did. And after that, I have now to run my Ansible playbook command. Ansible-playbook-I, which is the inventory name. You give the name of your inventory. Then you provide the name of your playbook. When you run it, Ansible is going now to execute your rows as the playbook. It will not more execute by the complicated, long scripts. So that is what we did. And the best way you will be able to understand it is if you, if you are doing it. So if you want, you can share a screen. If everything is up and running, you can do maybe one thing there that will maybe sing better.
Okay.
So I would have loved to do import my rows, send it to GitHub, but I want you guys to understand what we have done first. I don't want to throw a lot of things and maybe seem difficult. So if we do that next class, we are going to import those rows, and immediately we finish that, we are going to talk on variables and loops, conditionals. I think next class, if network is good, we can take one class or two classes and finish. Then anything that is left on Ansible, we'll do it as project. So do you want to share a screen?
Let me share some. The host
Yes.
disable participant screen sharing. I don't know whether, wait,
Yeah,
okay.
share again. Yes, restart. Just press R and restart your. Is that your Ansible? Go to your main.
This is my controller.
Yes. So what did you do here? You were wait, no, don't go back to the notes. Focus, you are working only on the controller. You are not working on this note.
Yes, only that I learned some here. I learned some command. I also learned something today. If you look at the playbook,
Yes.
before that red line, the playbook that I launched there was having the after Vim share, I put the underscore playbook,
Yes.
the YAML. So when I came to launch it, I put the this thing,
Okay.
hyphen. So I look at it. I say, no, let me look at it. So I also discovered that if you put the underscore and you come down, you need to launch by that underscore. So that's why I look
Yes.
at it. I decided to.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So you have already, in fact, you have already deployed everything, right? If you're at this point, that is good. So the only thing we have to do now is to convert list, just ls. Let's see what you have. So I have to just convert your restart again. You have to just convert that playbook into row. That's the only thing we have to do. And run it again. Mr. Magdon.
Yeah, Mr. Lewis.
List.
Yes, I've already listened now.
Oh, okay. You were not saying something. I didn't know that. Index.html shade.ini. Then you have shape playbook.yaml. Okay. So this is what you have. So what we need to do is create a role. Create a role, Mr. Magdon, so that we'll convert our YAML into that. We'll convert our playbook into that role.
Ansible.
Debate.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure you are following?
Yes, I'm following. I'll then do my own by after because I've not reached that point where he has reached.
The name of the role. Let me give. It's okay, right?
Yes, go ahead. It's okay. So successfully created. You have created a role list. When you list now, you will see Magdon. Now, can you see Magdon?
Yes, I've seen it.
Magdon. So list to know what is inside the Magdon. So let me show you a short way to list ls space hyphen ltr space Magdon. So this is a short form that you want to know. Correct the spelling of Magdon. This short form that you want to list all the files that are inside all Magdon. Now, can you see? So inside Magdon, you have files, readme.md, template, text, tags, defaults, meta, vars, handlers. Imagine all these things are found in Magdon. So those are the rows. You have your row. So what you have to do, we have to handle two things here. Tags, right? And we have to handle what again? Files. Because our playbook has just two things, index.html file and tags. We don't have meta. We do not create meta, right? Yes. And we do not also create variables. We do not also create handlers, no template. So that's why we have only two things. So that's normally this rule is going to be very simple one. So what you have to do is we have to go now and vim. We have to vim into share underscore playbook.yaml so that we'll copy. So just copy this, just come and copy this shade, just copy this, don't retype. Just, or you can, yes, vim, then you copy and just paste so that you will not make mistake.
Ish.
Fire within. Visualize yourself as a technological innovator. You already possess the imaginative attitude.
They are informatic.
Yes, Vim.
Yes, yes, vim into it, Mr. Modern. So now you have vim into it. So what you have to do is we have to cut all this part, right? Let's cut all this part and allow only holes to come through this. So you remove the other one.
Alert us.
You can remove tags. You can remove tags. Yes. So now there is something. Okay. So just add the name of the row. What was the name of your row that you created?
Madon.
Yeah, so include it inside here.
Is it? I need to shift with this thing now.
Yes, remove it, remove it. Go use your right arrow key and delete that thing.
Mm. Is it even going?
Use your right arrow key.
This is it I'm using. Roll, right?
No, Mr. Madon, you are doing something else. There is a comma on your screen. Delete that comma. Only that thing can cause you problem.
I'm using, say that when I use this thing, I'll go to back. I'm using right. This thing is not.
Your right button key is not working. That's it, it's working now. Delete it, yes. Then come and write, come here, yes, row, write rows. Colon. And then you enter. They are informatic. You are muted. I don't know if you are sleeping. Where were you? Where did you go to? No, don't write it there, Mr. Magdon. Just say rows, then cancel Magdon, enter, hit enter. Hit enter,
Okay.
then hyphen. No, 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 no. When you hit enter, don't shift back. Just continue from that line. Go back. Go back. Take your arrow back here up. When you hit enter, don't shift anything. Yes. Hyphen.
Yeah, it's gone back.
No.
Let me try again.
They are informatic.
Yeah.
Why are you not talking now? You left the class.
I just want to take my water from there.
Mr. Amado, write the name of, give space, then you write the name of your role, which was marked on. Yes. Save and exit. So what next? You have already save and exit. Now, the next thing is for you, you've copied something, which was tax. You have to go and paste that tax inside this tax here. Can you see? So you have to go and paste it inside this tax here. And but before that, anyway, so Vim space. What was the name of the row you created? Markdown, right?
Yes.
Vim Markdown. / tax. Tax. / again. Because inside this tax, there is something they call main.yaml. Want to vim main.yaml. There is no a. So this one is just yml. That is yml. Enter. So enter in editing mode I, then you go down, select your arrow space to go down.
I don't understand.
I mean that you should go down, you want to paste something. So yes, make sure that yes, you go down to create a space where you paste it. That's what I mean. Click enter. No, you have entered with that E, correct it back. So now remove that this hash. This hash is for comment. You need to remove the hash so that when you paste the code, you will not comment the code. Yes, paste. I think you copy something, try to paste if it's still there. If it's not there, then we'll go and copy it. Okay, sure, it's pasting by something else. So let me send you, so that will be fast. Let me send you the information. So if you check on Zoom chat, copy it.
That's
Yes, copy it. So delete that one that is showing there.
which one again?
I mean, delete this share playbook YAML and then, I mean, anyway, copy it first. Just copy what you.
Learn from his unwavering determination and unique ideas. Your quest for academic brilliance begins right now. 2. Develop a growth mindset and unleash your potential. Excellent.
Yes, this is the one that I should paste here.
Yes. Yes. So, yes. So just go up. Let's correct something once and for us so that will not come back here. So just come to this source index.html and correct it. Put files first like index.html because we are going to copy this file and send it. We are going to copy the index.html file and send it to files. No, don't delete. I didn't ask you to delete. They said I should just add but files at the beginning of that index.this thing. So just type it back. HTML. Yes, use your left arrow key now to go in front of that index. No, give space. Use your, yes, type now files. Yes, /. Yes, that's good. So save and exit. So now, what next? The only thing we have to do now is to copy that file index.html and send it to files. That is, see, this is files here, and this files is under the row you created. So you want to copy that index.html and send it under this file. So what you do is you type mv space index.html. Space. So we want to copy this file to which destination? To the destination markdown. Markdown. /. So where do we want to paste it? Inside this markdown rule, inside files. So / files. Enter. List again. If you see that index.html on the home, cannot more see that index.html here again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have
Yeah.
copied it to Markdown file. So if you go back, you CD into Markdown, you CD into files, you see index.html there. So now you can run now. So you can run now your Ansible playbook commands again and see if it works.
Wait. Mhm. Which command again?
Ansible playbook -I inventory space. What was the name of your inventory? Was Shay Neat? Shay INI. Yes, space. Name of your playbook. What is the name of your playbook? Shay_playbook.yaml. No, correct your spelling. You do not put any A, don't make mistake. You make your initial playbook used by YML. So make sure you follow the same thing.
And
So
you're reading just book, not book
yeah,
playbook.
what?
I think that is the playbook _book. You're writing a book, not
Instead of playbook, you wrote the book. So correct it. These are things that will make your code to fail. Yes. So if it's okay, then you hit enter.
No, right. Single playbook. Mhm.
Okay. So now let's bring back your playbook. Just bring that Shay_playbook.yaml. Yes, go ahead, please. So here we have host, become rows, Markdown. No, this one is okay. Save and exit. It's okay, there's no problem here. Let's go to tax. Problem should be coming from tax. So Vim. Actually, you can use your up arrow key. Let's see, you use that code already. That Vim where we Vim into tax. Up arrow key, up arrow key. Yes, that one. Enter. So let's correct something here.
Is
Yes,
this space? Look at the space in that file. Source.
yes, correct it, correct it. Remove the space. No. We want to remove the space. Take your right, take it back again to the right until that highlight is on I before you press your backspace to remove the space. Yes. Use press now back. No. You instead delete the I. You have gone, yes. It's okay. Remove now the space.
I don't know why the space is not.
Are you pressing backspace on your keyboard?
Yes, that's the backspace.
Then you are not in
Wait.
editing mode. Press I to go to editing mode.
Yeah. Wait.
Yes, you are not in editing mode. That's the reason. Press now the backspace. Then next thing, come up here. Where you see these tags like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go and add hash before these tags. Let's comment these tags so that it will not be as if it's part of the code. Put hash there. Yes. So save and X. So use your arrow key again and run the playbook lesson.
This is really no.
Yes. So it goes now, it's going now. That's what let's go. So you see change. That same question I was asking, you can now see change equals what? 0. Why 0? Because you already ran this playbook before you use role. So Ansible already deployed what you are doing, so you cannot more do it. But if you are not done it, you would have told that change 2 or 3. Yes. Mr. Magdon.
Yeah, Mr. Lewis.
Yes. So I hope you have followed the process, the steps.
I'll follow it, but in between the lines, we pray. But at least to show it's just even the steps. It's not bad. At least one thing has entered the mind.
Yes.
The head is not as empty as it was. It's better now. Gradually, but it's to master the steps. Let me
No, it
history
is,
it.
yeah, it is constantly doing it like 3, 4 times before at least it will become very easy. Yes, you can copy our history. At least you see that you are now gradually becoming an IT engineer. You already know that for you to get this, you have to go back to your history. You want, what does it say? You want to paste? No, click on cancel. You just wanted to copy. Copy, just go and paste it somewhere. Don't.
Anyway, he has already copied.
Yes. So at least you can save that. You can stop sharing and do that in the background. So we are done with you demoing it. So I'll advise that tomorrow you guys should connect you guys should connect Zoom and work on that and work on this and work on this same
Okay, sir.
yes and do the same thing for the role. Then oh yeah, we did not download another rule from Galaxy, I mean Ansible Galaxy and run it. So you guys should do it that one tomorrow. You convert your playbook into Ansible rule and equally go to Ansible Galaxy and download a rule for Docker and install Docker using that rule. So what you need to do, you just need to create another, either you can create another playbook and where you have rules, you put by the name of the rules which you have downloaded from the Ansible playbook. Sorry, Ansible Galaxy. Then you don't need to be going to tags, editing tags files again like this one. So that one will be very simple. Just copy the command from Ansible Galaxy, come and paste it and run it to download it and make sure that Docker is up and running. So when we connect next class, we're going to see how we can work our own roles and push them to Ansible Galaxy so that other people can use. So you can push your own code, and I should be able to download it from my own side here and run it, and it runs on my own computer. So that's what. So you guys should I mean discuss on the time that you will meet tomorrow. Schedule is I'll just put the Zoom meeting and you guys will work. If there is any issues that you people face, I might step in, just say something, but you'll be working so that at least it will make more sense.
Please,
Hey, Vic,
please,
time.
I want to beg to send for this tax on the Slack. So what you use?
To send what?
This what you send in chat to Slack.
No, what I sent on chat on Slack is you already have it now. Yes, you already
Yes,
have
I
it.
already have it. Should I just copy what I already have?
Yes, it's the same thing. Nothing is new. I was just helping Mr. About so that he will not spend much time of going and checking it.
Okay, so thank you.
So you guys should meet, I mean, discuss on the time, then that will be
With the
fine.
informatic.
So, so we can meet